Hello everyone, welcome to qualifying here in Jeddah. I've missed the start, so I'm going just to have to get that going to have to catch up on that. So I think that's where we're on now. So here we go. So far the grid is Lucas Paul on provisional pole as he normally is, but close enough behind is Lightning Luke. Still some really quick cars to set times as there's yellow flag. I think is it? No, it's not. People on their out lap. Lightning Luke is on invalid lap. Random Kitty 3 seconds down. And this is Kiwa's Games' first lap as there is a incident. It's a crash for Dan Lantern on his debut. So he is P12 at best, probably going to be the back if everyone else at least sets a half decent time. Kiwa's Games goes into the top 10. "16 people today, which is a great attendance. Stuffy is on his out lap, in lap. We go Emilio's on a lap now. He's hoping to improve. He's in a championship battle. He's still winning. But Lucas Paul, after all these race wins that he's getting, is really closing up the gap. Emilio needs a good lap here. So far, this Sector 1 has been very clean for him. He is just under a tenth down or up on his time. Cinematic camera in Jeddah is incredible. Oh, I think he hit the wall there. That may have cost him a slight bit of time. Is not good at all for the championship leader. Yes, he's just under a tenth down on his time as somebody has spun. Get back to that later on. Lucas Paul improves on his time, puts a 1:27.6 on the board as Emilio rounds the final corner. Has he improved on his time? He has, but he hasn't improved his position. Jinxie is 6/10 down on his time. I think he won't be improving on that. Charge is going to try start on the mediums. Marshy's also on a hot lap, which was invalid. Stuffy's invalid. Mixel is 1 second down on his time, up on his time. But may get held up by Random Kitty, or maybe get a nice toe off him here. If Kitty pulls over, he does. So where can Mixel put this big improvement? Where can he put this car? Opens DRS to the line, he goes. 1:30.4 puts him P10 and knocks Kiwa's Games out of the top 10. Emilio, 4/10 up on his time. This could be a great lap now. This could put him ahead of Lightning Luke, but not stop the Ferrari 1-2. We'll have to see. He may get a nice toe here off the Alpine to the line. It's a 1:28.9. It puts him P3. Nowhere close to his championship rival. Random Kitty, 1/10 up on his time. 5/10 up on his time. This could be a decent lap now. This could put him possibly into the top 6. Rounds the final corner. Opens DRS. To the line he goes now. So 1:29.6, which puts him P6. It's a solid lap. Oh, his Twitch Waddy is 4/10 up in his time, which could put him ahead of Lightning Luke. Another yellow flag. This time it may be a bigger collision. It is. It's Lightning Luke at the end of Sector 1. Has spun and has completely lost that front wing. Go back to Twitch Fwaddy, who is 6/10 up on his time. This could be an incredible lap here, possibly putting him onto the front row if he improves in this final sector. He's a whole load of clean air to work with. Rounds the final corner, straightens the car, opens DRS. It's going to be a 1:28.9, which puts him P4. Jinxie struggling to set a lap any better than his 1:29.9. He'll come in and possibly get back out just in time. We'll see. Charge. He's still going to try start on the mediums, which in the top 10 is not bad at all. As he retires on track. Don't know what that is about, but he's lucky there's not many cars coming. He'll probably get penalised for that. It's not allowed to retire on track unless it's a actual retirement, but we'll have to see if anyone can improve. Stuffy, will he get around in time to set another lap that's better than a 1:31? DMC also invalid, but he's just going to try get to the line and get another lap. Everyone is on fresh softs at the moment. Marshy's P15. He has a lot of work to do to get up. This is his first lap. We will have to wait and see. So Ronan H has just started his lap as Marshy. Is probably Ronan H's one and only lap. This is a yellow flag into Sector 2. I think that was just someone slowing down for another car. Marshy still going quick. This could be a time that could put him ahead. Oh, and he spun and he's in the wall. That is not good at all for the McLaren driver. He's lost it just out of the hotel section, and that will be a best of a P15 start for him, most likely the back of the grid. Kiwa's games out of qualifying. His lap wasn't valid unless he can get around in time. Probably will get around in time for one more lap. Stuffy is 1.5 seconds down on his time. Oh, he has no downforce at all. He's just going wide on every single corner. But he has kept his Sector 1 fairly clean enough, and he is 8/10 down though. DMC Ryan Aguirre. We'll see where he is now as he comes to the end of Sector 2. How much has he improved? Hasn't improved so far. Kiwa's games just improve slightly. Mixa is 10th down. There's a yellow flag for the Alfa Romeo. Jack Max 8 has retired. Ronan H did set his time and set his time on the front row. I completely missed that. Is anyone else improving? Emilio trying to improve as he goes to the final sector here. Stuffy 7/10, he won't improve. Kiwa's games is improving by a lot. Mix-up just barely up on his time. Where can he put it? We'll look at Kiwa's Games First, who actually set the fastest of Sector 2s. This could be a really solid lap. Mixel could not improve. He stays P11. So It's Jack is 3/10 up in his time. Lucas Paul is in. If It's Jack sets this lap, he could put himself into the top 3. But we'll go back to Kiwa's Games, who was 9/10 up in his time with the fastest Sector 2. Where will this put him on the grid? He won't improve much. He must have had an incident. So we ride on board with It's Jack. Does improve. He's up to P3. And that'll be the end of qualifying. So let's run through the top 10 in qualifying. So Lucas Paul on pole position, Ronan H in P2 in the Mercedes, It's Jack P3 in the Ferrari on his CTCR debut, Victor Meehan in the Williams P4, championship leader Emilio 98 Robolino keeping it consistent with his P5s, Twitch Fouadi P6 on his debut in the AlphaTauri, Lightning Luke, haven't seen him in a while, he's back in P7, Random Kitty P8, the reserve of Jinxie 02 in the Aston Martin P9, good drive from him, and then Charge F1 P10. Formation lap begins. Lucas Paul will get us underway. Jinxie's already been disqualified from the formation lap. He hasn't taken anybody with him though, so at least that's good as everyone gets away nice. We'll get our track data up and ready. Yep, that should be good. Alright. It's going to be an interesting 25 laps ahead of us. A few reserves filling in. It's our biggest grid ever of 17 drivers. So hopefully one of our best races so far. Lucas Paul, he needs an excellent race. He's top of all those 17 drivers. And he's going to hope that Emilio 98 Robolino's near the bottom. He wants to catch up in this championship. I'll see what the point difference is at the moment. Difference between the two is roughly around 18 to 15. Haven't done the actual maths. We haven't actually got the standings updated from Monza, but we'll get both of them updated after this race. We'll see how interesting it would be as he goes through the hotel section now and leads a lot of people away. Ronan a good bit behind him. He'll probably need to catch up. I think Lucas Paul will start to slow down now. Everything looks clean. DMC Ryan. Marshy's just been disqualified and he's taken Random Kitty and Twitch Fouadi with him. So it's a few people disqualified, which would be starting on colder tyres. I could see Charge getting a great start here against people on not fresh tyres. Is already making his way to the line. How much of a crazy race will this be? We'll have to wait and find out. As finally Dan Lantern lines up on the grid. Here we go. Lucas Paul on pole. Ronan in P2 on the front row. The championship leader is on the third row in P5. As we go to 5 red lights here for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. It's a solid enough start from Lucas Paul as he keeps ahead of Ronan H. As it's a fairly clean enough getaway from some, as Marshy loses a place, gets back up. Lightning Luke spun. I don't know if he reset the track. That's going to be an instant to have to go over, but he's gone from P7 right down, and it's Stuffy who's spun as well off turn 2. Lucas Paul, a clean enough getaway, 5/10 ahead of Ronan H already. As it's Jack has fallen a bit behind Ronan H. Everything still kept fairly clean at the moment. I don't think there's any wing damage for any cars. Stuffy seems to be okay, as Charge has already picked up a time penalty for corner cutting. Everyone seems to be getting away quite cleanly. No incidents so far that would need a safety car. The two Alpines having a right scrap down here in for P8. As Charge has the penalty, you might want to lift for his teammate. As everything is so far so good for the race leader, with the reserve of Ronan H right behind him. See if Ronan H can get a good launch, can't get a good enough one to get a move on Lucas Paul. He sets the fastest lap, obviously. It's Jack is really quite falling behind here. Things quite clean at the moment. DMC Ryan battling with Jinxie 02 for the points as Jinxie kind of cuts the corner, hits into DMC, which means that Kiwa's Games may have a go at the Haas. Not great from Jinxie as Kiwa's Games. Oh, it's so close between them all. Kiwa's Games does get through. And there was a spinning car. It's Charge F1 in the Alpine who spun out. Dan Lantern goes through, and Charge is down to P17 now. It's an unfortunate debut for the Alpine driver. Lucas Paul still ahead, but still also being chased by Ronan H. Victor Meehan has got by It's Jack. I don't know what's happened to It's Jack. Does he have wing damage? Don't think so. I think he's just very slow. And now the championship leader, Emilio, is getting right up on his gearbox. What can he do? Can he make the move now before even DRS is enabled? Here we go. Will he go to the inside? Will he just wait for this straight? We'll see. DRS will be enabled now once Lucas Paul crosses the line here. So he sets a quicker lap, as you usually do, on lap 2. And DRS is now enabled for the majority of the field as there's yellow flags at the back. It was Jack Max, and then Stuffy hits into him. And that means Stuffy has a damaged wing. That is not good. We'll have to see what happened to Jack Max there. Victor Meehan picks up a time penalty for multiple warnings exceeding track limits. That's not good at all. Ronan H, as Lucas Paul starting to create a bit of a gap between him and Ronan H, who's hoping for a first win. He DNF'd in his other race he had in Belgium. Emilio is still starting to catch up to It's Jack here, but again, still can't really make the move as Kiwa's Games is getting really close to Jinxie. Jinxie's struggling at the moment. He's almost hitting every single wall as Kiwa's Games may go for the move here. Don't see any real chance. Oh, it's very, very close. Has someone spun out again? I think that was Charge. No, it wasn't. I don't know who. May have been Charge. Yeah, he's a good bit behind at the moment. He's onto hards. That's going to be very difficult. Stuffy's just going to commit to the 2-stop now. He's still not that far behind. Dan Lantern, if he can pick up the pace here. There's Emilio. Does get by. It's Jack, who also picks up. I'm pretty sure that's his second time penalty. Actually, no. They're racing side by side. I didn't even see him in his wing mirrors, but Emilio does get the move done down the inside there of turn 3. Marshy is into the pit lane, most likely from wing damage, as the field is already well spread. These two at the front kept a very reasonable gap between them all. 5 drivers already have picked up time penalties, as Stuffy and Marshy are going to get very, very close here on the pit exit. Extremely close here. They'll be racing almost side by side if Marshy gets a good run here on the fresher mediums, only by a few laps, but still. It's Dan Lantern. I think he's in AI mode. I don't know why he's in AI mode. Definitely shouldn't be, as Ronan H gets into DRS of Lucas Paul. Jack is closing back up to Emilio. These two are having a right scrap down for P4. Ronan H is gaining on Lucas Paul, but the straight is just running out for him. He's not enough track to overtake, which means Lucas Paul will keep the lead. It's Jack will go for the move around the outside of Emilio. It's a very clean move, although he may have exceeded the track limits there, but he has got by. And he hasn't been told to give back the position. So it's a clean overtake as Jinxie is struggling. Does he have wing damage? He's lost 2 positions there very quickly. Yellow flag into sector 3. Twitch. Fwadi hits the wall. The virtual safety car is out. Safety car has been deployed because of a crash on the main straight involving Twitch, Waddy, and the safety car is out. So track will start to die down, and as long as nobody's been lapped, everyone will be able to catch up and get right on each other's gearbox for this restart. I wonder if it's time to be thinking about a pit stop for Lucas Paul and Ronan H. It'd be a really, really big gamble. Have to see who will bite the bullet. Will it be Lucas Paul? Will it be Ronan H? He is. Both of them are coming into the pit lane. Will Victor Mean continue? He comes in too. It's Jack is thinking about it. He does come in. Emilio. Everyone is almost into the pit lane here, except Mixel. Mixel's going to stay out. Now, will he get track position over Lucas Paul and Ronan H? That's the question. I think Ronan H has got by. He's got by Lucas Paul in the pit lane. So Mixel has took the lead of the Grand Prix, but is on much worn tyres. Ronan H has got by Lucas Paul in the pit lane, probably from other cars holding them up. Kiwa's Games has stayed out. Jinxie stayed out. He's into P5. And then DMC Ryan is just out. So it's good for the drivers such as Stuffy, possibly Twitch Fwadi, who were quick in qualifying, just got very unlucky. We'll have to see. We'll have a look at who is stopped and who hasn't. So Mixel hasn't stopped, but his tyres are only 5 laps old. Ronan H has gone onto the hards. I think he may be going to the ends now, which is a big move. Mixel is on softs. Ronan H has stopped. Kiwa's Games and Jinky Bo haven't stopped, and then everyone else has stopped, other than Dan in AI mode. And if he's not going to get into normal, if he's not going to get into normal driving mode, he'll be disqualified from this race and probably get a race ban. Because if you can't race, you go into the pit lane, you retire. AI mode, a very slow AI that could be slowing down other drivers, like it is slowing down Jack Max at the moment, who has been allowed to pass him. Or has he? No, he hasn't. What's happening here? Real confusion. Jack Max hasn't gone by Dan Lantern. Charge still on those old hards, but he's still lucky that he's able just to catch up now. So Mixel has come into the pit lane, and that will really hurt him there. He has decided he does not want to be out. Oh, I think, yes, he's going to be down in P16. No, he's back up to P13. And he has overtaken Dan Lantern there, and he doesn't have to give back the position. Jinxie also came in, but he came in a lap early, or a lap late, so he's now into second last. That's not good at all for those guys have really suffered. So everyone's caught up. It's lap 7 of 25. Ronan H leads Lucas Paul, but Lucas Paul most likely will get him on the restart. It's very hard to warm up hards in any circuit. Maybe a bit easier in Jeddah, considering you're in the middle of a desert and the track temperature and air temperature will be a lot warmer anyway, but the hards are so hard to warm up under a slow speed like the safety car, compared to even just the mediums, which is just one compound slower. So Lucas Paul may be able to get his restart right here and overtake Ronan H. Safety car is in this lap, so Ronan H does control the field as Random Kitty has given up a position to Emilio, and Stuffy gets a time penalty for a collision with Marshy. What has happened? Everyone's getting time penalties as the field gets very close with each other. Ronan H really taking his time to get to this final corner and get going. Here he goes to the restart, and it's a spin for Dan Lantern and Kiwa's Games at the back. It's Ronan with a lot of weaving to try to fend from Lucas Paul, and he has generally got away well. Twitch Fwaddy, another one to suffer down at the back in P17. Lightning Luke picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Stuffy 19 is into the points now, even after his collision with Marshy. He's gotten very, very lucky there. Mixel's back up into the points, even though stopping a bit later than everyone else. And Ronan H got an excellent restart. He's over a second ahead of Lucas Paul now, so this could be an excellent race for the Mercedes driver, who not only took the lead of the Grand Prix, but he's got ahead of a man that's probably going to stop again this race. I don't think he's going to be able to go to the end on the hards. Luckily, Twitch Fwadi didn't. Oh, and Stuffy is dropping down the order. He's dropped 2 positions there. Dan Lantern, he's in AI mode and it's been a massive track hazard here. Yeah, he's most likely going to get a race ban. But Lucas Paul is catching up to Ronan H here. Around the final corner he goes. I think there's one lap again without DRS until it's enabled. We'll see. Yeah, this lap is not enabled. It'll be next lap DRS will be enabled. Charge is having a bit of a battle here with Jinxie on the final corner. Jinxie's got by Charge F1. Jinxie hoping to try get back up into the points. Stuffy and Marshy are both into the pit lane, so he's back up into the points, but Charge is coming right back at Jinxie here. And will he go for that dive into the first corner? He won't. Jinxie defends well and remains in the points in P10 for the Aston Martin team. DMC Ryan Aguirre is taking a 3-second time penalty now. Most people have penalties. Ronan H actually has a penalty. I'm guessing that's also for exceeding track limits. Ronan H is keeping this lead well, but I'm sure he'll get there eventually. Victor Mean is very close to its Jack at the moment. Oh, collision between Victor Mean and It's Jack. Don't think there's any damage. Very aggressive from It's Jack. I was just looking at the battle. I was seeing if anything was happening. Lightning Luke is getting very close to Random Kitty. These two battling it out for P5. All it takes is really one collision at the top, and there's a podium and possibly a race win on for a very, very unique driver. Obviously, Lightning Luke has a few wins. Oh no, he has one win this season, Bahrain. DMC Ryan has a win from his win in Baku. Random Kitty unlucky to miss out on a win many times. Victor Mean does get by It's Jack 345. Ronan H is looking for his first win, and he's doing really well at the moment, managing those hards to stay ahead of Lucas Paul on the faster mediums. He ran a bit wide there and may open the door for Lucas Paul. Kiwa's Games has come into the pits. Jinxie is into P9. It's Jack has picked up a penalty. We'll have a quick look at the penalties and who has what. So Ronan has a 3-second time penalty, so he's going to have to get 3 seconds ahead of Lucas Paul for this race win. Maybe Lucas Paul is just hanging behind Ronan, keeping the tyres in good shape, go to the end, because he's 8 seconds ahead of Victor Mean with an 11-second penalty. Also with it's Jack, who also has an 11-second time penalty. Lightning Luke has 2 3-second time penalties, which equals 6 seconds. DMC Ryan has 1 warning, which equal to 3 seconds. Jinxie 3 seconds. Charge with 2 3 seconds. Key was 2 3 seconds. Everyone else has just 3 seconds, other than 9 seconds for Jack Max. Championship leader Emilio Robolino's having a tough race at the moment. He's in P12, but he has pitted. He is catching up to Kiwa's game slightly. Hopefully he'll hope for a safety car now towards the end, as these two at the front are getting very close. But again, Lucas Paul just can't get the move done. If he does get by Ronan H, it'll give him so much clean air on the faster tyres for him to bridge a gap between him and the Mercedes driver. I think Ronan isn't actually even driving, winning this race for a championship. He's winning it just for the sake of himself. Lucas Paul wants that 25 points ahead of Emilio to possibly take the lead of the championship here, going into the second last race of the season in the Circuit of the Americas in the US. Stuffy has got by Marshy into the first corner. These two are having a right battle back here for P13. Ooh, gets very close to Stuffy there, Marshy does. Another 3-second time penalty for DMC Ryan as there's a yellow flag, and that's for Jack Max, who's slowing up here. I do not know why. Is he waiting for something here? He's waiting for Dan Lantern, I think. I don't know what Jack Max is doing here. He stopped on track and let by Dan Lantern now. Now he gets by him. So lets the 2 cars in front through. Now he's now been lapped. I do really have no idea what Jack Max is doing here. He's down in P16, 40 seconds away from Stuffy. As it's Jack crashes. Is that going to be a safety car? Where does he crash? He's crashed up here. He's gone straight on. In Sector 2, everything's been cleaned up. He was quite far off the track. So that's everyone to gain a place now. Jinxie up to P8, Charge will go up to P9, and Kiwa's Games go up to P10, although these two are having a right battle here. Into the banked corner, Kiwa's Games, lovely move, into P9. Emilio, he's charging down Charge, and Kiwa's Games, he wants to get further up the grid than he is, as Marshy collides with Twitch Fwaddy. Stuffy's really struggling in those hards. I don't see why he went onto those hard tyres. As Lucas Paul and Ronan H, again so close to each other but can't get a move done. Again, that's Jack Max being slow. What's he being so slow for? Is he trying to take out somebody? I don't know what he's doing. I think this is why there needs to be an FIA mode in this game. He's holding up Random Kitty now. Because if there was an FIA mode here, I'd just disqualify him for this. This is useless carry on right now. And he's taken out Mixel. Stuffy has retired in the pit lane. It's good from him, but Jack Max has slowed all the way down to take out Mixel in the Alpine. To be honest, with that carry on, I'm probably just going to kick him from the server for that. Yellow flags. Ahead with Lucas Paul and Ronan. Who is it ahead? It's Stuffy, who hasn't actually retired. He retired in the pit lane, but it hasn't actually registered. I think he's retired now on the side of the track. There's a yellow flag into Sector 3. It's Dan Lantern who spun into Mixel. Oh, it's a big crash. It's a big pile up here. Emilio has gone into Charge. Charge has been spun round. Mixel has already had damage. Surely a safety car from all this carry on. Another yellow flag into Sector 1. It's, first of all, having Dan Lantern not retire his AI may result in him possibly even being kicked from the server for that, because that's useless now, because that's just now a big track hazard, mobile chicane. He's causing so many incidents now and has completely ruined the two Alpines and Emilio's race. As Lucas Paul, in all that, has finally got by Ronan H. Is slightly weaving on the straight. I'd probably allow that. He's got by Ronan H with no penalties as well. Means he has the race lead. And on the medium tyre now, 9 laps old, he has to go another 9 laps on it. But on that medium tyre, he should be in a good position here. Still 15 runners, so still a load of people in this Grand Prix. Jack Max has retired. I think, did Jinxie hit into him, or did he just do what he's been doing stupidly? He's caused a safety car. Jinxie, ooh, has he got damage there from spinning? He has, he's lost a bit of his front wing. Luckily, it is under safety car conditions, so we'll be able to get ahead. Lucas Paul is into the pit lane now, with Ronan behind him now. Will they get held up this time, or will Lucas Paul keep the lead? See, it's going to be close. No, he will keep the lead. The Ferrari driver on the soft tyre for the end. This is not good at all. Dan Lantern right in the middle of everyone here. Chance next season. So everyone's pitted under the safety car, which means everyone's laps are nice and fresh on 0 tyres. Emilio's will be delighted because he can now make some positions. He just needs to keep scoring points and at least delay the championship fight to maybe Brazil or the US, where Lucas Paul then and him, it'll be all down to them. He has to get a few positions now, otherwise Lucas Paul will take the lead. Everyone has caught up now. Jinxie does he still have that damaged wing? No, he doesn't. He has got that repaired and he's just on the edge of points. If he gets into the points here, it'll be so good for him on his debut. We'll have to see if the safety car is almost definitely in this lap. So Lucas Paul gets us underway here for the last 6 laps of this Grand Prix. Ronan actually got a very good restart on Lucas Paul as these two go side by side. Lucas Paul cuts the corner and that's so bad for him. Not only has he given up the lead, but he's given himself a 3-second time penalty, which means that these two are racing for position now. And Ronan H did overtake him and is into the lead. So now Lucas Paul is going to have to rely on either overtaking him now within these last 6 laps or hope he gets a penalty too, as there's yellow flags behind Dan Lantern. It's him that's causing all the trouble, and Kiwa's Games and Twitch Fwedi gets the worst out of it. Kiwa's Games retires. So we're back going again here at the front. Victor Mean, Lucas Paul, Ronan H all close together. Lightning Luke a good bit behind, as well as Random Kitty. Emilio got 3 positions there in the P6. That is excellent from him. Hopefully he can keep that and take the P6 on the day. Mixel in P7 with Charge. These 2 Alpines have really recovered well. DMC Ryan is attacking Charge, but right behind him in P9. And Jinxie has got back up into the points in P10. 5 seconds ahead of iMarshy, who has just been overtaken by Twitch Fwedi. So it hasn't been a good race from Marshy, who was almost on the podium in Britain, and he'll hope for maybe a better tier 2 next year for when there is 2 tiers. Discord completely open. Just hit us in the comment section to get the Discord invite, and you can race in CTCR next season. As Dan Lantern is a good bit behind, as Victor Mean is starting to slowly fade away from the battle for the lead between Lucas Paul and Ronan H. It really is going to be a battle to the end. DRS, I'm pretty sure, is enabled this lap once Ronan H and Lucas Paul cross the line. Ronan H sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix and has also enabled DRS for everyone behind. Victor Mean is there. Random Kitty and Emilio could be in a good position here. Yeah, so Emilio will move up to P5, and if Emilio's quick enough, could move up to the podium positions. We don't know. We'll see as these two are battling. We'll keep an eye on the battle for the lead too and see how close it gets between them. And when they get to the straights, as Emilio and Random Kitty are battling, Jinxie is in a comfortable position, a good few seconds ahead of Twitch Fouetti. Another penalty for Charge, another penalty for Twitch Fouetti. We'll have another just quick look at the penalties. 12 seconds for Twitch Fouetti. Charge on 9, which means that Jinxie will get up into P8. If he overtakes Charge, he could get ahead anyway. DMC Ryan with 9 seconds. Marshy with 12. Dan Lantern in AI mode, P13. Jinxie does get a penalty, but it doesn't really matter, as there's a yellow flag into Sector 3. Marshy has retired in the pit lane, as these two are getting very close now as we get to the start finish line. Can Ronan H? Ooh, and there's a yellow flag into the start of Sector 1, so if he's going to get the move done, it's going to be before the yellow flag. Did he get it done before the yellow flag? We'll see, because for some reason there's been a glitch here. Marshy's back out on the track even though he has retired in the pit lane. Ronan H does keep the lead. Ooh, the bit of... Oh, and it's a 5-second time penalty for Ronan H for ignoring yellow flags. That one will probably be overruled, so he's just going to have to keep going. Don't know why he's got that at all. I think he was trying to let him through. I think the glitch with Marshy not like retiring in the pit lane, but him still driving back out onto track. I think I'm gonna have to just show a video on how to retire in the pit lane, because I think people are retiring actually in the pit box when they should be retiring when entering the pits, which will mean they won't come back onto the track. So Emilio did get by Random Kitty and is now looking on a move on Lightning Luke. Emilio could easily get a podium here if he gets his act together well. I think he's already in podium positions, especially if he gets by Lightning Luke here. Here he goes. DRS enabled. Lightning Luke is completely vulnerable here, and Emilio goes to the inside, brushes the wall, but gets by. Although Lightning Luke will fight back, but a bit of wheel spin means that he's going to have to concede the place. Emilio is into P4. 6-second penalty from Victor Mean means that he'll drop down. Ronan picked up another 3-second time penalty. and the 5 seconds will probably be removed, so it means Emilio will probably be on the podium with Lucas Paul right behind him in P2. What a race this has been, and you'd think that it may be a shock from the championship leader, may drop a load of points here. He has dropped minimum points, as Ronan H is going for a virtual race win here, although Lucas Paul has a 3-second time penalty and Ronan has a 6 second time penalty. As Lucas Paul is going to be attacked here by Ronan H. I wonder if he'll do what Charles Leclerc did, let Verstappen have the DRS. We'll see. No, he hasn't. He's kept the position, and Ronan H enables DRS now, and will go for the race lead into the second last lap of this Grand Prix. Lucas Paul, with all his battery used, defends the position at least till the last lap, but he's pretty much have this race wrapped up anyway because of the 6-second time penalty from Ronan H. We'll keep the penalties active because that's kind of what is determining everyone's position. Mixel could get P7 if he steps on the gas here and gets within 9 seconds of Lightning Luke. I think Random Kitty could also possibly get P4 off Victor Mean, as well Mixel I think has got P6 anyway. Lightning Luke has picked up another time penalty. Jinxie is going to get by Charge definitely eventually, although Twitch Freddy is catching up as there's a yellow flag. It's DMC Ryan Aguirre, but we're going to just switch back because it's the DRS zone now onto the second last lap of this Grand Prix. Even if Ronan H does get ahead, he wants to get far enough ahead of Emilio so we can keep P2. That's what he wants to do. He's going to keep it tight. See, Lucas Paul could let him through and just ease the car to the race win. We'll see. Ronan H goes side by side with Lucas Paul and can't overtake. Victor Mean is starting to catch up a bit too as well. Victor Mean is going to have to put in a hell of a lap quicker in order to keep the podium here away from Emilio. Ronan H I think is guaranteed at least P3 or at least P2. Charge picks up another penalty and Jinxie does get by him, which puts Jinxie into P8 and well ahead of the other ones. It's been a good race for the Aston Martin driver, but it's been a great race for the Ferrari driver in front. So Ronan H is attacking him to the last corner of this Grand Prix, but there's no real point because he's a 6-second penalty anyway. He has 11, but 5 will probably be removed. He's a 6-second time penalty. He's going to go for the move. He wants this race win on track despite it being taken away from penalties. So round the final corner, Ronan H and Lucas Paul drag race to the line. Ronan H wins, but Lucas Paul overtakes him on track to win this race. Did Emilio get Victor Mean? He did. So Emilio will finish P3. Ronan will finish P4 because his 5-second time penalty will be removed. P5 for Random Kitty, P6 for Mixel, Lightning Luke P7. A great debut for Jinxie despite everything that happened. He's into P8. Charge, Twitch Freddy and DMC Ryan will finish P9. Dan Lantern has to go around another whole lap before he is finished. So the race winner is Lucas Paul. P2 will be Ronan H, and Emilio Robolino will finish P3 with Victor Mean in P4. Not been a good race for DMC Ryan Aguirre. Race winner in Baku, but definitely not a race winner today. This is a day you'll want to forget. He rounds the final corner with his damaged wing and just gets to the checkered flag. And that will be it. Oh, that was a great race, and I'd love to see having so much more drivers like that. It just makes it so much more interesting, so much more entertaining. And in the end, a fantastic race, which means that man is on the top step of the podium again, and is right behind Emilio Robalino in the constructors, or in the drivers' championship, I should say. So, we'll do a quick race roundup before you leave us here. So, the race winner today, Lucas Paul, 73 in the Ferrari with another race win. P2 in the game is Emilio, 98 Robalino, but will probably be Ronan H, as his 5-second time penalty will most likely be removed. Emilio, 98 Robalino, will be in P3 with Victor Mean in P4, Random Kitty in P5 with Mixel in P6, Lightning Luke back in P7, Jinxie on his debut in P8 along with Charge, and Twitch Freddy rounds up the points. To finish the race, DMC Ryan, Dan Lantern, I Marshy, Kiwa's Games, Stuffy 19, and It's Jack 345. We'll see you in the next race in the USA next week. Goodbye.